I was originally planning to make a video about NewJeans' history. You know, like their debut, their impact, how fast they rose, all of that. But honestly, with everything that's going on, it just didn't feel right to talk about them as if nothing has happened. So instead, I wanted to sit down and talk about how I feel about NewJeans as a fan, because I've been one since debut, and this whole situation has been uncomfortable and honestly kind of sad to watch. I've mostly held back from talking about this, aside from a few Twitter and Reddit posts, but now that I have a platform, I want to finally voice out my thoughts and opinions that no one asked for. And just to be very clear before anyone twists my words, this isn't an attack on the girls, and it's not blind defense of any company either. These are simply my thoughts as someone who's been there since day one and saw everything unfold in real time. This also won't be structured like my usual videos because this is more of a ramble, so please bear with me. For anyone who somehow missed it, even though it's been the talk of every K-pop space for months now, here is a quick rundown. Min Hee-jin was removed from her position at Adore after Hybe audited her over concerns that she was allegedly trying to separate Adore and take NewJeans with her. Things then exploded publicly, and NewJeans very openly sided with her. After Min Hee-jin's removal, the members created a burner YouTube account, went live, and publicly pressured the company, essentially saying that they will cooperate with the company if Min Hee-jin was reinstated. One member, Hani, even testified at the National Assembly about workplace bullying, which escalated the situation even further. That quickly spiraled into a legal mess where Adore filed lawsuits to confirm that the contracts were still valid and to stop the members from promoting independently. Despite the case still being unresolved at the time, the group attempted to rebrand as NJZ in scheduled activities, which the court later blocked through an injunction. By late 2025, the court fully ruled in Adore's favor, stating that the contracts were valid and that disliking a CEO or their removal was not legal grounds for termination. The ruling also made it clear that every instance of contract violation could carry massive financial penalties. And by the end of 2025, we had a member removed from the group, one still in talks, and the other 3 returning to the company. According to Adore's own statements, Danielle termination wasn't random, it was tied to repeated contract breaches, including individual promotions and external deals carried out despite explicit warnings. And when their fans heard this, they went nuts. I know most of them don't understand how contracts work, but it's really not that complicated. Hybe is a company. NewJeans are contractually bound artists under that company. That means they cannot rebrand, promote, sign elsewhere, or release music without permission, all of which they attempted to do. Contracts are there to protect both parties, and breaking them repeatedly has consequences. So no, Danielle wasn't kicked out for volunteering as her fans claim. Her termination was tied to constant documented breaches. And before anyone twists this into me cheering what happened to Danielle, that's not the case at all. 2 things can be true at the same time. You can acknowledge consequences without celebrating them. She breached her contract, and suing a 20-year-old for millions of dollars is insane but expected. This entire situation could have been avoided if the adults around her had stepped in earlier and shut this down. I genuinely feel sorry for her. She didn't wake up one day and decided to go to war with a corporation. She was encouraged, validated, and pushed forward by people who should have known better. Watching her take the full hit is so sad, but I guess law is law. Her and the other members should be held accountable, but the blame doesn't fall fully on them as some people claim. So I don't think anyone should be laughing at her and how all of this turned out. From the beginning, although I tried my best to think otherwise, I saw that this wasn't actually about mistreatment and them wanting to provide better conditions for upcoming artists and trainees. It was obviously a weird, unhealthy attachment to Min Hee-jin. I genuinely have never seen artists go to these lengths to defend a CEO, and not even a universally respected one either. That obsession very quickly bled into the fandom, and now we see talkies treat her like she's untouchable, like she is the group itself, and I find that so weird. I don't trust CEOs, I don't trust executives, I don't trust people in power like that, and I never will. I don't care what image they sell. Romanticizing higher-ups is insane to me, because at the end of the day, we don't know how they treat artists behind closed doors. I wouldn't wear a shirt with Bang PD's face on it, so why are the NewJeans members and talkies proudly wearing hers? I have even seen talkies making literal merch and photo cards of that weirdo. Isn't that fucking bizarre to anyone else? Another thing I really can't ignore is how all of this has affected and will continue to affect other groups, especially Eilert and Le Sserafim. I absolutely adore these girls, and it's exhausting watching them get dragged into something they didn't ask to be part of. Eilert, in particular, were basically thrown into the fire from the start of their career, accused of copying NewJeans by Min Hee-jin, the NewJeans members, their parents, and talkies, and getting hate for things that were obviously decisions made by adults and companies, not those teenage girls. No rookie group deserves to debut under that kind of hate, and it genuinely made me uncomfortable seeing how normalized that behavior became. I will not tolerate any talkie saying that all of this did not affect Eilert or that the hate they're receiving isn't connected to this mess. Le Sserafim also went through something similar. They were already dealing with insane scrutiny, and then on top of that, they suddenly became a talking point in someone else's fight. Debuting before NewJeans or having brand deals earlier isn't something that should cause them to receive constant harassment from talkies and that witch. Talkies love preaching about protecting minors and their mental health, but that concern magically disappears when the minors aren't their faves. And honestly, even if NewJeans fully return to Adore and start promoting again, I don't think it will ever be the same. They've caused damage to their image and to other groups that can't simply be erased with an apology. Not to mention that fan wars are already ingrained in their fandom, and every comeback, chart update, or award risks becoming another cycle of comparisons and harassment, especially toward Illet. At some point, adults in power should have shut this down before it reached this level, because the ones paying the price are the girls on stage, not the people in boardrooms. I also can't stop thinking about how trapped the girls might feel. I said this months ago too, but if they ever decide to step away from Min Hee-jin, what happens when a chunk of their fandom trusts her more than they trust NewJeans themselves? Imagine feeling like leaving an adult who damaged your career might also cost you your fans. At the same time, I'm not going to pretend the girls had zero agency. I do think that they, especially the oldest three, played a role, even if not as big, in how far this escalated. From repeated public statements, to doubling down, to allowing accusations that harmed other artists. Even if manipulated, they are still the face of this situation. And that's the saddest part. NewJeans were once known for their music and freshness. Now their name is tainted with lawsuits and fan wars instead. And honestly, whoever thought sending these girls to court with "we don't like the new CEO" as a legal argument was acceptable did them so dirty. And talkies, please start focusing on your faves, because how are you going to hear that Danielle was fired? And your first thought is, how can I insert Illit into this? It's very clear some of you are more interested in fan wars than the actual well-being of the artists you claim to support. So yeah, this is where I'm as of now. My feelings are all over the place. I still care about the girls and I want them to succeed, and I still hope that they do that by sticking together. But at this point, it feels icky to say I'm a fan, knowing the pain and suffering they caused other groups, even if it was unintentional. And I won't even bother talking about what I think about Min Hee-jin. She can go suffer away from everyone. I don't know how NewJeans' story ends, but I hope wherever they land, they get to be artists again instead of puppets in someone else's war. I wish they saw early on that they are genuinely good and successful artists, and Min Hee-jin not being with them will not change that. I'm curious to see how the other members will manage, and if there will be any new shocking news. But for now, these are my opinions on NewJeans as someone who's been there since the beginning. And one last thing I have to say before ending this video. I know a lot of people have strong opinions about NewJeans, but that doesn't excuse harassment and bullying of these girls. The same goes for the other side who harasses people for talking about this matter. Let's keep it cute in the comments, okay?